Probably the toughest testing ground for Toyota in Australia has been the massive Talbingo Dam project, a Thiess civil engineering contract worth $43 million. It's the last stage of a vast Snowy River scheme. Rainfall far above average disrupted work on the dam and made conditions difficult. The indestructible Land Cruisers proved just as reliable here as in the tropical north, in the heat and dust of central Australia and in the snows of the southern Alps. Despite the setbacks of weather, Thiess completed the dam wall ahead of schedule. When the Snowy scheme is completed, a network of 16 power stations will generate 3 million kilowatts of electricity. A mountain of rock and clay was shifted to form the wall of the Talbingo Dam. Water diverted from going to the sea and stored in the dams of the Snowy Mountains will help irrigate inland farms. Working conditions are tough in Australia, but sometimes Toyotas take harder punishment on pleasure jaunts. Land Cruiser Club members don't let an obstacle like a flooded river stop them from exploring out-of-the-way places. Many club members are Thiess sales employees who spend all week working with Toyota vehicles and their weekends driving them for pleasure. Australia's biggest city, Sydney. More than 4,000 ships call here every year, many carrying goods to and from Asian countries. Over the past 15 years, Australia's trade with Asia has almost trebled. Toyota forklift trucks are now competing for a bigger share of the market in Australia. Thiess Sales distributes Toyota forklifts through a network of dealers in each state. After organising an Australia-wide distribution system for both forklifts and commercial vehicles, Thiess Sales concentrated on providing modern workshops, servicing equipment and techniques. The nerve centre of the efficient marketing operation is Thiess Sales headquarters in the Sydney industrial suburb of Mascot. Top-level executives confer regularly to deal with problems associated with dealers and distributors throughout Australia. Electronic data processing systems are used to speed up the work of the spare parts department. Under the direction of head office, the system maintains an accurate inventory of spare parts at every location in Australia. In line with its policy of keeping faith with customers, no matter what the problem, Thiess Sales maintains a vast spare parts clearance centre in Sydney. Internal freight emergencies must be solved at all costs. For example, 40 tons of spare parts had to be moved from Townsville to Darwin by road when strikes tied up shipping. Freight charges totaled $6,300. New vehicles are carefully checked before delivery to dealers. Regular training schools are held to ensure that the people responsible for maintaining Toyota vehicles are kept up to date with the latest techniques. Training is a massive problem, complicated by Australia's great distances and wide range of climatic conditions. Training programs must be tailored to cover all imaginable operating conditions. Australia has the lot: heat and dust, ice and snow, huge areas of trackless wilderness, and many thousands of miles of rough roads. Not all dealers can spare time to attend the central school, so a mobile school is sent out to help solve their servicing problems. It's not unusual for the unit to log 10,000 miles on a visit to dealers in remote northern regions. Where major policy decisions are involved, the General Manager of Thiess Sales, Mr. John J. Tiernan, must leave Sydney for remote parts of Australia. Often it means 3 days away from home, airfares totaling $500, and a complete change of climate. Time and distance are the biggest problem to be conquered in Australia. Thiess Sales covers an area far greater than Japan, the home of Toyota. Costs are high for servicing such a sparsely settled continent. But Thiess Sales are confident that Australia's vast potential will ensure even greater expansion in the future.